A commencement address at a major university is a tremendous honor. Let's look at these two speakers and see how they did.
Oh, all the books. Thank you. Oh, wait. Well, thank you, President Hennessy, and to the trustees and the faculty, to all of the parents and grandparents, to you, the Stanford graduates. Thank you for letting me share this amazing day with you. I need to begin by letting everyone in on a little secret. The secret is that Kirby Bumpus Stanford class of 08 is my goddaughter. So I was thrilled when President Hennessy asked me to be your president.
Thank you. President Bach, former President Rudenstein, incoming President Faust, members of the Harvard Corporation and the Board of Overseers, members of the faculty, parents, and especially the graduates. I've been waiting more than 30 years to say this. Dad, I always told you I'd come back and get my degree.
Okay, Oprah Winfrey, she's a consummate pro. But did you notice how when she engaged with the audience, she met them at their level? The audience, which is the graduates, that's who she's speaking to, right? So they've got this whole thing where they go, oh, wait, and she does it because she has fun with them. And of course, she is the magician at connecting. Now, on the other hand, we have our friend, Mr. Bill Gates, a phenomenal businessman, philanthropist, and entrepreneur. I applaud him tremendously, and I think that there was a nervous energy in the crowd because they were excited they were seeing him, and that's amazing. But at the same time, just sort of looking critically at how he actually delivered his opening remarks, very staid, very scripted, and then capped off with this sort of nerdy joke, which everybody liked because it sort of broke the tension. Interesting. See and feel the difference. Which one do you think actually made the stronger connection? All right, let's fast forward and see how they did a little bit later on in their speech.
This is what I know for sure. In order to be truly happy, you must live along with, and you have to stand for something larger than yourself, because life is a reciprocal exchange. To move forward, you have to give back. And to me, that is the greatest lesson of life. To be happy, you have to give something back.
It could be exhilarating, intimidating, sometimes even discouraging, but always challenging. It was an amazing privilege. And though I left early, I was transformed by my years at Harvard, the friendships I made, and the ideas I worked on. But taking a serious look back, I do have one big regret.
Now, about 20 minutes later, I could feel how Oprah Winfrey still had the audience in the palm of her hand. She was speaking from her heart and really connecting with what mattered most to the graduates and giving them little pearls of wisdom along the way. You could actually see in the response from the crowd that they were hanging on her every word. There was an energy there and a momentum. And I believe it was mostly because she's very comfortable speaking, obviously, given her career. But more important than that, she kept on making the effort to connect. Her face was off the page, and she was really staying on point, but giving so much of herself in a very call and response way. Now, Mr. Bill Gates, he was only about 4 more minutes into his speech when I took this clip. And as you can tell, he was very much wanting to stay to the page, meaning that he had written out his script and he wanted to make sure they got every word right. But what ended up happening was this sort of reading and then looking up and then reading and reading a little more, making sure you've got it, and then connecting, which ultimately disconnects you from the audience. Everybody's still impressed that it's Bill Gates at their commencement address, but they're not feeling the emotion of the words that he's saying. Now, I firmly believe that there is a combination of what you say with how you say it that creates magic. It creates those moments that people remember for the rest of their life. Both speeches are exceptional, and if you looked at a transcription of both, the words are very powerful in and of themselves. But if you ask those graduates, I bet you they would tell you that it is the experience of watching Oprah Winfrey speak that was more powerful. Just take a note of it the next time you hear a live address.